Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Star Flames and we're back with another video. We're gonna continue with Jane Doe's testimony because things have got pretty heated in court today. And Jane Doe's attorney is filing a complaint with the court saying that social media users are working overtime to uncover her identity. So Judge Arun Subramanian is like, okay, I'm going to look into it and issue a gag order. But it's too late. The horse is out the gate. People are not slow and they should have known this, you know? They should have known this because there were things that came out before that would tie her to her identity. But we all know who this Jane Doe is at this point in time. And in her testimony, as she continues, she spoke about not wanting to do hotel nights anymore, and Diddy just using her to do hotel nights while he spoils another woman publicly. And that other woman is Young Miami. Do you guys remember? I did a video earlier today on Jane Doe taking the stand again, and I said, it's not Young Miami who's Jane Doe because Diddy and Young Miami, they are more centered around 2022. And here comes Jane Doe literally saying the same thing that I said today because she's saying in 2022, Diddy threw this woman a lavish birthday party in the eyes of the public. And she confronted Diddy saying that she's tired of it because the only thing Diddy wanted her to do was these hotel nights. And she's tired of them. And Diddy was like, let's be friends because I'm tired of these long ass texts and I can sleep with whomever I wanted to. So she's saying that at the end of it all, Diddy had agreed to pay her rent for 2 years, the same time frame of the relationship. So while she's testifying against Diddy, Diddy is still paying $10,000 for her rent. Now, irrespective of the fact that this woman was doing all these wild nights with Diddy with all these stinky men because she's like, the men are so stinky. She caught a nipple infection. Like, I've never heard of a nipple infection unless it involved a surgery before. But they were going rogue. Like, they were going hotter than a stop sign, okay? They were doing things for days. So she had a painful UTIs. Similar story to Cassie Ventura. So, Diddy's still paying her rent. She's talking about Young Miami and she's jealous of Young Miami. Now, she needs to understand that Young Miami was for the business side of Diddy, helping Diddy's brand. So, Young Miami was, put into that position. And as I've said, I believe that Young Miami was Diddy's bend over queen, the girl that would put on the strap on and bend over Diddy. Now, we're going to go into some more about Jane's testimony because she's saying a lot. She's saying a lot. So let's put it at that. We covered a large portion of her testimony today, and we want to go in and cover the remaining portion of her testimony, okay? So, let's get into it. Now, they took a break, they came back, and she said that Diddy is currently paying her rent. Jane said she and Diddy signed a love contract in 2023 in which they agreed he'd give her a $10,000 monthly allowance for 2 years. She said they agreed on a 2-year contract to match the amount of time they had already spent in a relationship. Jane testified she didn't have enough money to furnish her new home, so she opened 3 credit cards and went into debt to buy furniture. This is really bad, I saw someone saying that if this is 50 Cent's baby mama, it really shows you that, 50 Cent just gives enough for the child, nothing for the woman. So, this is really sad though. Really, really sad that these women are going around with these men and you would think that they're getting, large sums of cash, the most luxurious treatment, but they're not. Because even at one point, Diddy was telling her, get a job or do your job, But let's continue. Now, Jane testified Diddy threatened to stop supporting her financially days after the All-Star Hotel night cancellation. She said he texted her and told her to move on, and she expressed frustration with how he treated her when she had to cancel their plans. Jane testified he told her she had a rude awakening coming if she didn't stop fighting with him. She said she understood a rude awakening to me and cutting her off financially in text message. He told her, "You better get on your job. That's all it is," Jane said. She understood her job was taken care of and making sure he was happy, which included sexual encounters. Court is adjourned for the day, and Jane will continue testify on Monday morning. Prosecutor Marie Comey said the rest of her direct examination will take most of the day on Monday. So that's where it ended today so far. But there's a little bit more information that I want to get into. So, because she spoke about some other little things when it came to like Diddy spoiling the other woman and with her getting jealous and all of that jazz. Now, here we are. She says, Jane testified about her jealousy. The prosecution showed a November 2021 text message in which Jane expressed her feelings to Diddy. She said she felt jealous because she saw he was doing things with other women via IG stories, which is Young Mary. Jane, "I came to do hotel nights with Don and Sly. Then he gave quality time to another woman." The prosecution played a voice note from Diddy, which he sent to Jane after she confronted him about possibly dating another woman. In the audio message, Diddy told her to go be sad and said he can have sex with whoever he wants. Jane said Diddy called her on FaceTime to calm her down after this conversation and said all the things I wanted to hear, including that he loved and missed her. The prosecution revisited Jane's 2022's birthday celebration. She testified that after the hotel night on her birthday, she saw on social media that Diddy was dating another woman and put together a grandiose celebration for her. It was really heartbreaking for me because I felt that I saw this big grandiose birthday that he did for her versus the type of birthday that I just experienced with it. Jane said she texted Diddy, "I don't ever want to do another hotel night. I don't want to do those things with you on my birthday, but I wanted to make sure we had good time. I feel so cheap once again." She's not getting that. Diddy doesn't want her. Diddy just wants to use her as a toy. And she was not getting it, evidently. Now they're saying that, prosecutor Maureen Comey also referenced messages between Diddy and Jane after her 2023 birthday celebration in Miami. Jane testified Diddy once again sprung a hotel night with 3 men on her, despite her saying she didn't want to do them anymore. She testified after this hotel night, Diddy embarked on a private vacation with another woman. Jane, "It broke my heart because I just finished spending my birthday with these guys having sex with me, and then just for my partner to leave and do such a romantic gesture for someone else." Jane said Diddy lied to her about planning something for someone else when she confronted him about lying. He said, "I didn't feel like telling you what I was doing with her. You just had your birthday, and I didn't tell her what I was doing with you." In response, Jane texted him, "It really feels like you use me to get off and then go away for a week. I'd like to get off the hamster wheel and do something different with you. I deserve it too." In a separate message, Jane said Diddy had promised her vacation, but all we do is hotels and it's sad. It's not fair to me. Diddy responded with, "Let's be friends because I can't take this part for real. I'm done with you comparing yourself to someone else. I treat you good, and if you don't feel so, let's just be friends. I'm tired of these long texts telling me what I'm doing wrong. During a sharp break, Jane's attorney raised concern to the judge about social media users trying to uncover her identity. The attorney accused media outlets and individuals of live stream and posting articles in an attempt to expose Jane's identity, which could potentially violate the court pseudonym order. Judge Subramani said members of the public are conducting their own investigations and instructed the attorney to identify individuals doing this. He said he'll consider issuing a gag order to the media if he finds that someone is violating the rules of the pseudonym order to protect Jane's identity. So that's what they're saying. No. um, Many people basically said, they remember when Diddy threw her a birthday party for a few days after she posted that video on Diddy's yacht. So people know who it is. People are like, after all, it's young Miami and Daphne. Another person was like, she must be talking young Miami. Another person says, all this stems from the love and respect he showed to young Miami. Carisha indirectly caused his downfall. Them seeing him with her was the final straw. Young Miami B-Day. So someone says, Daphne Joy, B-Day February 8th. Young Miami B-Day February 11th. Another person, getting a train run on you on your birthday just make your partner happy is diabolical. Another person was like, he really didn't like you, Jane Doe. Your baby daddy tried to warn you. So both Cassie and 50 Cent's baby mama were jealous of his relationship with Carisha. That's what started all this. He wanted Daphne for real, the hotel nights, and Carisha for relevance in the music industry. In a way, Diddy treated the woman like toilet. He obviously grades these women by what they will do and what they will not do. He may have very well asked Carisha to freak off and she said no, which set her apart. Based on the testimony, once you agree to the freak off, you're officially on call. Y'all crazy if you think he treated Carisha differently. Let's not forget that he actually publicly claimed Cassie as his girlfriend and still had her doing freak off, so why would he treat Miss? We go together real bad any better. She's getting golden showers like the rest of them. She admitted it. Yeah, she definitely did. So I want to see Judge Arun Subramania gag order because I don't know how he's going to control this because the cat is already out the bag, honey, and the internet is talking. The internet is talking. And I understand she's going to be hurt by this, but I mean, it's already out there and it doesn't matter what they say at this point. People can remain silent on on social media, but they're going to come up with like names and stuff for her. It's just because of that initial Little Rod's lawsuit and some other details that are on the internet that is easily available that makes it seem so easy to uncover this woman's identity. I feel bad for her though. I feel so bad for her. I wish she would have just walked away and just go to, OnlyFans. Should have made a lot more money. 50 Cent would have trolled her. But if she had just showed her body and not sleep with all of those men, it would have been better, in my opinion. Not that I'm encouraging the sex work industry, but evidently she wanted money and she never had anything nor furniture. I tell you, things can be really so messed up in this celebrity realm, but I think that people will move on to use these things as guidelines to their own protection and to look out for these men going forward. And even if it is something that women are into, women will use these things to know where exactly they stand and how to better bargain for themselves. At least some women may. But this is very interesting and it shows that Diddy really don't care about any of these women. But what's your take, guys? Leave a comment below while you're at it to do all you need to do on this video to support your girl. Peace.